The State Opposition wants the latest studies on an Albion Park Rail bypass released. It says it's about time work began on the project.
For years, governments and motorists have been pleading for a bypass to ease the congestion in Albion Park Rail. But traffic on the dangerous stretch of the Princes Highway continues to increase, with no alternative route for thousands of tourists, trucks and locals.
We've had 2 studies now at a cost of $1.1 million to taxpayers. It is time for this government and this minister to release the report.
Miss Watson joined the opposition leader John Robertson and the member for Kira Ryan Park to criticise the state government of what they say is slow progress on the development of the bypass and the release of the reports.
The NRMA has said this is one of the worst roads in New South Wales, and that's why it's absolutely crucial that these studies get released.
You can only speculate as to why. My guess is they are trying to avoid actually having to start this project and spend the money.
Kiama MP Gareth Ward says that while the bypass is important, the government has other priorities, especially the Berry bypass, which is considered far more dangerous.
The reality is that loss of life will always take precedence over inconvenience, and that's why Berry's being done now. But I haven't stopped with the fight for funds. Mr
Ward says the Albion Park Rail study is still underway and the results will be released early next year. Dominique McGovern, Win News.
A man has been nabbed by police in the Southern Highlands for dressing up as a rural fire service volunteer and ripping off residents. Police say the 42-year-old was caught selling tickets in Mittagong for a raffle which had no prize.
He was going door to door pretending that he was an RFS volunteer, which in fact he isn't, and asking for donations and selling raffle tickets.
The man was wearing part of an RFS volunteer's uniform. It's not known how many people purchased his raffle tickets.
Yeah, it's pretty despicable, really. You know, it's a low act as far as I'm concerned. But you know, we've been affected by the fires around here, as in other parts of the state. But yeah, it's pretty low act.
The man has been charged with impersonating an emergency service volunteer and obtaining money by deception, and will appear in court next month.
The local tourism industry is losing thousands of dollars every day as worldwide coverage of the state's fires
is that loss of life will always take precedence over inconvenience, and that's why Berry's being done now. But I haven't stopped with the fight for funds.
Mr Ward says the Albion Park Rail study is still underway and the results will be released early next year. Dominique McGovern, Win News.
A man has